Have you ever wondered? What if this was your last day? What if the next 24 hours were all you had left? Would you still waste it scrolling? Would you still say, tomorrow? The truth is, most people live like they've got forever. But forever doesn't exist. Somewhere right now. Someone your age is taking their last breath. Their dreams will never be born. Not because they weren't good enough, but because they thought they had more time. Time is not promised. What you do right now, this very moment, could be the thing that changes your life, or the thing you'll regret forever. So this video isn't for the faint of heart. It's not for those who want comfort. It's for those who are ready. Ready to face the truth. Ready to move. Ready to fight. This is your wake-up call. Welcome to the power within. And remember this, there is no tomorrow. You keep thinking you've got time. You keep thinking next week will be better. But time doesn't wait. It never has. It never will. I've always felt like there was a ticking clock inside me. And the older I get, the louder it ticks. That clock reminds me I have today. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. So the question is, what are you going to do with the time you have left on this planet? What impact will you make? What legacy will you leave? Because everything can change in a heartbeat. People don't always get it until pain hits, until the moment when life slaps you in the face and says, wake up. 150,000 people die every single day, and tomorrow could be you, could be me. So why live like we've got forever? If you're not chasing your purpose today, you're dying incomplete. I don't want to leave this world having never met the greatest version of myself. I want to see my full potential. I want to live full out, like there's no tomorrow. You say, I'll do it tomorrow. You say, it can wait. But you know what? It can't. You don't get to play this game of life forever. And while you're in it, you better grind like every second counts. Because it does. If you say you'll wake up at 7 a.m. tomorrow, do it. Don't hit snooze. Keep your promise to yourself. That's one win. That's momentum. That's power. And power comes from action. Stop telling yourself lies. Stop saying someday. It's now or never. Life gives us wake-up calls in our relationships, in our finances, in our health. Some of you right now, your phone is ringing off the hook. You're realizing you've been disconnected from your family. You're realizing you've been living paycheck to paycheck. You're realizing this isn't the life you were meant to live. So here's the question. Will you answer the phone? Because if you do, that means it's time to change, not tomorrow. Now it's time to upgrade your life. Stop sitting in the middle seat of your own story. Get in the driver's seat. Move to the exit row. Fly business class. Change your environment. Change your habits. Change your standards. Stop saying wellness matters and still eating like you don't care. Stop saying family comes first when your eyes are glued to your phone. It's time to match your actions to your values, because life isn't waiting, and neither is your greatness. Maybe it's time. Time to upgrade how you eat. Time to upgrade where you train, where you think, where you dream. You've made it through the basics. You've survived. But now, it's time to thrive. This is your permission. You're allowed to level up. Stop overthinking your next move. Stop waiting for the perfect roadmap. If you've spent too long planning, maybe it's time to stop standing still and start driving. The road won't be clear. You'll need to pivot, adjust, adapt. But you can't steer a parked car. Some people say, I'll give it 6 months, see how it goes. But what if you gave it 6 days, full throttle? What if you moved so fast that the fear couldn't keep up? The fastest person doesn't win the race. The person who starts first does. So start now. Be now what you dream to be later. Because if you're not becoming that person today, don't expect to magically become them years from now. You want to look in the mirror and feel proud? That starts now, not after some magical later in life. That mirror is already in front of you, and it's not lying. This is your life. This is your time. And this is your dream. So go all in, even if it scares you, even if it costs you, because nothing is more expensive than regret. I made a decision. When life gives me an opening, I take it. No hesitating, no overthinking. I've got 24 hours today, and I'm squeezing every drop out of them. I was raised to believe that we all have a purpose, that we're here to give, to serve, to impact. But here's my fear. What if I'm not fulfilling that promise? What if I'm wasting the very gift I was sent here to use? So I push myself. Not for fame, not for likes, but because I know I was made for more. Learn too much and never act. You'll drown in doubt. Act without learning. You'll crash in chaos. Chase opportunity but never commit, and you'll live in someone else's shadow. Life's not about chasing dreams blindly. It's about owning the ones that call to you deeply, and being brave enough to let go when the dream evolves. Because the worst thing isn't failing. It's clinging to a dream that no longer fits, and being too afraid to rewrite the story. We all carry pain, resentment, doubt, that voice that says, "You're not good enough." But there comes a moment when you say, "No more." It's time to free yourself, to let go of the weight you've been dragging through life, to stop telling yourself that you're not worthy. You are. Right now, in this exact moment, you are enough. Everything you've ever thought you were, the titles, the failures, the wins, the wounds, they're just part of the story. But you are not your story. You are the space that holds it. And from that space, everything becomes possible. Chase the opportunity. But when it comes, don't freeze. Grab it. Apply it. Become it. The scariest, most uncomfortable moment in your life might just be the doorway to your rebirth. If you feel like you're about to jump, if your stomach is tight, your palms are sweating, and your heart's racing, good. That means you're alive. That means you're standing at the edge of something real. And that right there is the beginning of the rest of your life. This is your moment. Not yesterday. Not next week. Right. Now this is the time where talk ends and action begins. Now is the time to rise. Now is the time to be heard. Now is the time to be seen. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for someone to choose you. You've already been chosen by life itself. And the only belief that truly matters is this: if you put time and energy into something, you will get better. That's it. That's the truth most people are too afraid to face. You don't have to be born with it. You don't need to be gifted. You need to grind. Yes, some people may learn faster. Yes, some may have a head start. But the return always comes to the one who refuses to quit. Even LeBron James, with all his natural talent, still wakes up before sunrise, trains like a rookie, studies the game like a student, and lives like a man who still has something to prove. So what's stopping you? Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's comfort. Maybe it's the voice in your head saying, "You're not enough." But let me tell you something. That voice is a liar, and it's time you stop listening. This is the moment when average becomes sickening, When being good enough becomes unacceptable. Because you've seen others rise. People with less than you. People who weren't smarter, stronger, or more talented. But they started. They refused to stay average. And now they're living the life you dream about. Are you done settling? Are you done watching from the sidelines? There comes a day when you say, enough is enough. No more excuses. No more playing small. No more living like tomorrow is guaranteed. Because there is no tomorrow. If you want it, go get it. If it matters to you, fight for it. Not later. Not when it's convenient. Now you have to want it like your life depends on it. Because it does. You have to want it more than sleep, more than comfort, more than air. And if you want it that bad, there is no plan B. Plan B is failure. Plan B is doubt. Plan B is the back door you leave open when things get hard. Shut that door. Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't have a plan B. He committed, fully, ruthlessly, repeatedly, to bodybuilding, to America, to film, to politics. He didn't hope. He decided. And then he worked that decision until it became his reality. So what about you? You say you want to change your life. You say you want more. So show me. Because the world doesn't care where you started. It only wants to see how far you're willing to go. Want to fly first class? Want to live in the best neighborhood? Want to lead a legendary life? Then act like it. Work like it. Sacrifice like it. The hour is now. This is showtime for the hungry, for the relentless, for the ones who say, I don't care what it takes. I'm going all the way. Master the 3 W's. Want it. Work it. Win it. This is your shot. Not just to succeed, but to rewrite your story, to become the person you were always meant to be. So let me ask you one last question. How bad do you want it? Too many people get comfortable. They celebrate the same old victories. They stay in the same job, the same routine, the same mindset, and they call it success. But the moment things get uncomfortable, they freeze, they panic, they turn back. Here's the truth. Comfort is the enemy of growth, and fear is the guardian of your next breakthrough. You want more? Then you need to become the person who chooses to go just a little further, every single time. Growth doesn't come when things are easy. It comes when you stretch, when you lean into discomfort, when you keep walking, even when everything inside you says, stop. Because as long as you're alive, there's room to be greater. And dreams. Dreams are not fantasies. They're inner signals. They're those quiet moments when your soul whispers, you're made for more. And maybe, just maybe, that dream isn't random. It's your assignment. So ask yourself, if 5 years from now you were living your dream life, what would it look like? Don't know where to begin? Here's a clue. Jealousy is just blocked desire. The people you envy, they're doing what your soul craves. Jealousy shows you what you want, but believe you can't have. But that's a lie. If you want it badly enough and you're willing to work for it, you can have it. If you'll give your time, your peace, your sleep for it. If you'll sweat, suffer, sacrifice for it. If you'll stand when others quit, then nothing, cold, hunger, pain, doubt, can stop you. You've heard it before. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then, and only then, will you succeed. But most people, they don't want it that bad. They want to party more than they want purpose. They want to sleep more than they want success. They want to be cool more than they want to be great. That's not you. You're not most people. If you're reading this, if you're still here, it means you're ready for more. It means you've tasted what average feels like, and it makes you sick. You've seen others with less talent, less resources, less privilege rise because they outworked you. They believed when you doubted. They refused to stop when it got hard. So now it's your turn. You want the throne? Take it. You want to be seen? Step into the arena. Don't wait for someone to hand you anything, because no one is coming to save you. You are your own rescue. You are your own replacement. You are your own revolution. Every door they closed on you, kick it open. Every stage they said you weren't ready for, build your own. Every time you were told, you can't, let that be fuel, not fear. And when fear whispers, sit down, you answer back, do or die. This is not gloom. This is glory. This is not desperation. This is determination. Because the truth is, you don't have time to play games with your potential. You've got passions inside you waiting to be turned into purpose. You've got work to do. You've got people to impact. You've got mountains to move. So move them. Be the one who doesn't quit. Be the one who trains when no one's watching. Be the one who gets up after every fall. You don't have to be the most talented. You just have to be the most committed. Because greatness doesn't belong to the lucky. It belongs to the relentless. There comes a moment in every warrior's life where you stop planning, you stop dreaming, and you start doing. It's when your mind connects with your body and there's no exit strategy, no back door, no plan B. It's all in or nothing at all. I'm going to become a Navy SEAL, or I'm going to die trying. That's the level of obsession. That's the point of no return. And you're standing at that same crossroads. You can stay where you are, or you can pick up your courage, pack your purpose, and move, even just an inch. Because momentum doesn't begin with greatness. It begins with a single, terrified, trembling step. This is the part where most people give up, but not you. You've got to scratch, claw, and if you must, die trying. Because this dream, this vision you carry, it demands everything. It's not about talent. It's not about who's the smartest in the room. It's about the one who's willing to stay on the treadmill until the other person quits, or die trying to beat them. You want it? Then say it. Own it. Live it. But if you don't love it enough to fight for it, to bleed for it, don't even start. You don't have to meet opportunity halfway. You hunt it down. You chase it through fire. You slay every doubt, every delay, every giant in your path. Ask yourself, why are you alive? What are you willing to die for? Because if you don't know the answer to those two questions, you're not living. You're just existing. It's time to wake up. What happened to the promise you made? To that teacher, to your parents, to yourself? When did you start settling? When did you start believing the lie that you weren't good enough? When did you start calling fear reality? Now is the moment to take it back. Not next week. Not when things calm down. Now pick your head up, pull out those goals, write them down, breathe life into them again. Because I believe in you. And deep down, you believe in you too. But belief isn't enough. You've got to work. Wake up early, go to bed late, grind, relentlessly. Every champion I've ever seen was obsessed. Not just committed, obsessed. They breathed it, they lived it, they bled for it. And here's a truth no one tells you. You don't need to be talented. You don't need to be born special. You don't even need to be the smartest in the room. You just need to grind harder than anyone else. You need to have fight behind your faith. Everyone says they believe. But where's the hustle? Where's the hunger? Faith without fight is dead. You say you want it? Then show me what you're willing to sacrifice. Friday nights, Netflix binges, comfort, sleep, distraction. I'd rather die chasing my dreams than live a long life full of regrets. And if that's you, then welcome. You're a real one. You're a hunter. You don't live to catch the prey. You live for the hunt. You chase the grind. You fall in love with the process. Because the reward isn't the trophy, it's who you become getting there. So let me ask you again, how bad do you want it? What are you willing to do to get it? Because it's not about what you say you want. It's about what you're doing when no one's watching. It's about what you're willing to suffer through to make it real. This is your life. This is your moment. This is your calling. And there's only one way forward now. Do. Orient, die. So you've made the decision. You're ready to fight. You've said it. Do or die. But now comes the most important question of all. Do you know why? Because without a clear why, you'll quit. You'll fall back into old habits. You'll look for shortcuts. You'll say, I'm tired, and convince yourself that rest is the answer, when what you really needed was to remember why you started. Your why is your anchor in the storm. It's the fuel behind the fight. If your why is strong enough, your body will find a way. So ask yourself, what am I willing to suffer for? What am I willing to give my life to? Because if you can't answer that, this is where it ends. But if you can, if you know that you're here for something more, then it's time to back your why with work. Talk is cheap. Ideas are free. Execution is everything. And if you want to turn your vision into reality, you've got to want it so bad that it haunts your every thought. You've got to see it. Visualize it. Breathe it. Think about it when you wake up. Dream about it when you sleep. You've got to live it until you become it. Because the truth is, you don't get success. You become success. You don't fake this. You don't pretend to be great. You build it. One painful, disciplined, obsessed day at a time. But here's the catch. While you're figuring this out, time is ticking. You think you've got time. You think someday is safe. But the clock doesn't care about your feelings. Tick, tock. Every second you hesitate, opportunity moves on. Every minute you procrastinate, regret gets one step closer. Do you hear it? That's not a clock. That's your life running out. And one day, someone you love won't be there to see you win. One day, you'll wish you had started earlier. One day, you'll realize you never had time. You just had choices. So make the right one. Today, take the risk. Send the message. Start the business. Kiss the person. Live your life. There is no perfect time. There's only now. Because greatness doesn't show up when you're ready. It shows up when you move, in spite of fear. Time is the most valuable resource you'll ever have. More precious than money. More powerful than talent. Because once it's gone, it's gone. And here's the truth no one tells you. If you don't take charge of your time, life will use it for you. You'll wake up years later wondering where it all went. You'll realize the clock kept ticking, even when you weren't listening. So listen now. This is your hour. This is your life. This is your chance. What are you going to do with it? Because the clock, it won't stop. Tick, tock, decide. You've heard the truth. You've felt the fire. And now you know there is no tomorrow. This moment right here, it's all you've got. No more waiting, no more excuses, no more telling yourself someday. Someday is a myth. One day is a lie. And time? Time is the silent thief that takes everything from those who hesitate. So what are you waiting for? The world doesn't need another dreamer who never starts. It needs you, fully awake, fully alive, fully committed. Start now. Speak up now. Move now. Live now. Because the clock won't stop, and the window doesn't stay open forever. Whatever you want, whatever you believe in, whatever burns inside you, go after it with everything you've got. Fall, rise, bleed, sweat, but never stand still. Let this be your moment. Let this be the day you finally choose to live with no regrets. And if this video lit a fire in you, like it. Share it with someone who needs this energy right now. Be the reason someone else starts their journey. Be the spark that helps someone break through. Because there is no tomorrow. Only now. Only this. Only you. So go. And never look back. You've heard the truth. You've felt the